Welcome to Unity Inspired Living. Our community began in 1989 as a small worldwide Unity book study group, and we've continued the momentum as an ever-evolving spiritual community. Each Sunday, you will find dynamic thought leaders delivering inspiring messages and talented musicians sharing sound healing through their melody. Here, we embrace ancient spiritual traditions, universal truths, and emerging wisdom. Let's check out this Sunday message. We're so grateful you've joined us. Sunday blessings, everybody. My name is Amy Van Ling, and it is always my joy to be here with you every single Sunday as your spiritual director, sharing time with you in this beloved community. I'm deeply, deeply grateful for the opportunity to co-create these Sunday experiences with you, create this container with you, and bring more love and depth and light and peace and joy to the world. So thank you for participating in this mission. We say we're many voices here, and we are lifting each other up, holding each other, and activating that frequency of love. And we claim this space in consciousness as a sacred space. So thank you for being here with us. Our theme for this month is alignment with source, and just remembering that alignment, the word we use, with source doesn't require effort. Sometimes we think, okay, what do I have to do? Let me check the list to be aligned with source. And it really doesn't require effort. It requires clearing space, like tuning the static out of the radio, right? And the static can be a myriad of stuff, fear, doubt, judgment, distractions, you name it. And so we're calibrating to Christ consciousness, aligning with source, letting go of whatever is not true, and allowing ourselves to shine. And so as we release what is not love and light and truth, not real, we naturally align, get into harmony. I like the word harmony with God. So it's not about becoming better. It's about becoming clarity. So I like to be in that space this month where we are tuning into what alignment with source means. And so it is my absolute delight to bring in today our speaker, Father Tom Bonacci, who is, I would say, a master teacher of clarity and truth, and embodies peace and love and alignment with source. So get ready for the message today from this phenomenal wisdom teacher, who I say will definitely touch your heart. And the talk today is everywhere I go, you are present. Alignment with source. And so we're so grateful for you, Father Tom. Thank you. It is with deep gratitude that we welcome you in to the space this morning with us. Always tremendously grateful for your sacred yes and your presence. There will not be a workshop today, but our community connection link is always open for anybody who wants to tune in there and connect. So thank you, Tom. We are so grateful. And I invite you to settle into the moment as we welcome a special soul whose musical talent and his spirit will touch your spirit. Christopher George is here. Once again, he was here some years ago with us, and he's back, and he's here to fill our souls with music that will not only uplift and inspire, but elevate you. That's the word that's coming to me right now. And so Christopher George is a dear friend of mine. He's zooming in from Michigan. He kind of jumped in with us last minute, saving the musical day here. And he is a amazing person, shamanic healer, spiritual seeker like the rest of us. And we are so grateful for your sacred yes with us this morning. So allow the sound of his music to bring you into the beauty of our journey together here and on earth, with all the goings on that we get to navigate. So thank you so much, Christopher. We're grateful. for you. And we also have on the screen a familiar face, but not one that we ever get tired of seeing, the extraordinary Nancy. She's with us this morning. She is always shining her light so brightly and sharing her precious, tender heart and soul. And she will be sharing with us our selected inspirational reading today, community announcements, and our prayer of plenitude. So thank you, precious Nancy, for saying yes and being with us in this space this morning. And the four of us on the screen welcome you in, and we are so grateful to be together. And as you enter, I invite you to ground and take that inward breath of the Spirit, my favorite definition of inspiration, as we tune into our mission statement here, which is fostering love and wisdom, inspiring transformation, offering compassionate outreach, and embracing unity. And we are so grateful to be doing this together. Thank you. Thank you for saying yes. Hello, everybody logging in with us. I see you all. Hi, Erica. She says, surrendering to trust the process even when we can't understand it. Amen, sister. Pat is here. She says, hi, everyone on the road traveling back from Reno performance. Yay, we're glad you're zooming in. It's amazing what we can do with technology. Mimi's here. Good morning, beloved. Carol's here. Jan is here. Yes. Welcome in, everybody. We are going to open now with our community song, and Christopher is going to take us away. I'm not sure where we're going, but I absolutely trust it. So I'm going to say, let's go. I'm ready. You're muted right now, though, so make sure you unmute when you're ready, Chris.
You want to do something now? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start with just a quick little grounding, and maybe everybody rub your hands together. Shake them out. Rub your hands together. Shake them out. And then bring them together. Maybe close your eyes. So let's reach down as if you're standing in a channel of light and go all the way down through your feet into the earth. And we're just going to bring that earth frequency up. And just use your breath, and you push your breath down through that channel of light, and the Mother Earth sends her energy up. It's this beautiful violet flame. And from our heart center, we just suck that violet flame into our heart. In our next request, we close our eyes and we look up through the channel of light that goes up into the sky, and we send love, and we receive golden light down, and it meets in our heart. Just breathe that for a moment, and I'll give you a sound. And just let out an ah. So recently, there's a friend who everybody was watching her fall apart. Alcohol in excess for years, and everyone stood by and just watched as she slowly dissolved, and they found her at the bottom of the stairs a couple weeks ago. And I wrote this song, and as much as it may not seem appropriate, the Spirit's in it, and there's a little turnaround at the end, so I think you'll enjoy it. It's called Falling Down. Hopefully you can hear this. Please, God, let this work. In the spring, I promise to put it all away. But for now, I use makeup to hide the bruise away. But no one here can catch me, and I'm my own worst enemy, 'cause I've fallen down again. Someone help, I'm falling down again. Hey, yeah. 'Cause no one here can catch me. I'm my own worst enemy. Kids go back to school, you can find me by the pool, my friend. I promise I will stop, no, not a drop again. But no one here can catch me. Watch me stick the landing, 'cause I'm falling down again. Someone help, I'm falling down again. But only one can catch me. Watch me stick the landing. I'm not falling down again. Please, Lord, I'm falling down again. No one here can catch me. I'm my own worst enemy again.
Thank you, Christopher, for that. You know, sometimes the lyrics in some music don't even matter. It's the transmission, right, of the soul and the heart that you feel. So not that the lyrics didn't matter, they did. And yet there's such a transmission from you. So thank you. Thank you for that. We're grateful. So there is a little kink in the sound, not your sound. We worked on this a lot, so I just want to confirm it's great. It's just that for some reason, Zoom isn't picking up that you have sound, so I couldn't make you the speaker. And so people on the other side might be wondering why you didn't come on the screen alone, and that's why. For whatever reason, Zoom wasn't identifying your mic, but that's fine because we're still all on the screen and we can hear you, and the sound is perfect. So that's what matters. Thank you so much. Okay, I am going to hand the screen over to Nancy. Nancy has announcements and our inspirational reading. Thank you, beloved.
Good morning, everyone. Here are a few important announcements for today and for the month of August. Be sure to stay for the community connection after this service at 11:30. Instead of a workshop today, our after service link is open for all those who would like to join together for fellowship. You will find the Zoom link on the homepage of our website, unityinspiredliving.org. And a big thank you to Karen Mingus for hosting our community gathering yesterday. It was a great time. We all had a wonderful time yesterday. And our next in-person Sunday service will be Sunday, September 7th, starting at 10 a.m. at the Antioch Community Center. Please mark your calendar and join us in person. And mark your calendar for our annual Peace Walk happening on Tuesday, September 23rd in Brentwood City Park, beginning at 6:30 p.m. And now, think yard sale. Yes, it's time again to get started clearing the clutter from your closets and garage and release all that is no longer serving you. Then save it for our annual sale coming up Saturday, September 27th. Plan to drop off your stuff at Jan's on Friday, September 26th, or very early Saturday morning, September 27th. And please let me know if you are willing to help with organizing or working at the sale and when you can be available. And watch the Weekly Connection for updates. And if you would like to contribute to help Karen's granddaughter, Shailene, who was recently in a severe car accident and is now recovering at home with her medical expenses and all the expenses involved in this, please see the Weekly Connection for the GoFundMe link, or if you prefer, you make a donation for Shailene to be you can make a donation for Shailene to the reinstated Van Ling Family Memorial Fund through Zelle, PayPal, or check. Be sure to write Karen Mingus in the notes. And please stay connected with all that is going on here at Unity Inspired Living by checking in our website, unityinspiredliving.org, and our Facebook page, Unity Inspired Living, and also reading our Weekly Connection, which comes to your email weekly on Wednesdays. And now, here is our inspirational reading for our August theme of alignment with Source. And it's from the March and April 2020 Daily Word. The word is let go. I trust in God and am unburdened. My freedom comes from the knowledge that I am a spiritual being. There are times I may not feel connected to my spiritual nature because of personal stress about my career, financial situation, health challenges, or relationships. I pause to remember God is my strength in every circumstance. I gently release anxiety as I surrender my concerns and affirm that divine order is at work in my life. I feel tension lifting from my body and my mind as I breathe deeply. With each breath, my trust in God grows. Wherever I am, no matter the situation, God is an ever-present help. And as I let go and let God, my heart expands to bless the world around me as I express freedom, creative thought, and love. Psalms 46:1, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nancy. That was beautiful. Thank you for the announcements. We have a lot going on here. And yes, thank you, Karen. And thank you all who are supporting Karen's granddaughter. Okay, Christopher George, I'm going to hand the screen back over to you.
Teach me how to fly. Direct me with your movement, 'cause I'm on the wing tonight. Teach me how to breathe, 'cause I don't know how to move it, but it's on an ancient stream. Push me back, I'll prove it. When you see me falling down, hold on tight, you just might find it. Fly to me. Don't you know those voices in your head? They call you back to Mother Nature. Fly to me. Don't you know those voices in your head? Call you back to Mother Nature. Teach me how to breathe, 'cause I don't think I can do it, and it's only me. Push me back, I'll prove it. When you see me falling down, hold on tight, you just might find it. Flatter me. Don't you know those voices in your head? They call you back to Mother Nature. Flatter me. Don't you know those voices in your head? They call you back to Mother Nature. Teach me how to fly. Teach me how to fly. Teach me how to fly.
Wow, what a beautiful song. Thank you. So much love coming through in the live stream, um, for the music and for you, Nancy, for the reading. Oh, teach me how to fly. Okay, Christopher has a lot of like 50 songs he needs to get recorded. It's coming soon. All right, I'm going to hand the screen right back over to Nancy. She has our prayer of plenitude for us this morning. So we sent her in. Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you. I invite you to join me now for our prayer of plenitude as we welcome and receive the glorious abundance today and every day. Take a deep breath, breathing in love and light. Hold it gently. Now release it slowly as you connect through your heart with our message of prosperity. We come together today, opening our hearts and minds to the one Spirit, the light, infinite mind, and knowing that there is only one power and one life, and that is the life of Spirit. We affirm that we are one with Spirit, and there is no one, nothing, that is separate from this oneness. We are one with the infinite mind that has created all that is. We know that the divine qualities of peace, of power, of plenty, of wisdom are already within each of us, and we embrace those qualities now. We step forward with love and anticipation, standing in the truth of who and what we are, saying yes to our prosperity, harmony, health, order, love, and our amazing expansion in all its forms. And with the greatest gratitude, we accept this transformation of consciousness for ourselves and our community. We know that it is done, and we give thanks. And now we release, we let go, and we let Spirit do its perfect work through us. We trust the universe to provide for us. It is done, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you for bringing us into that space of gratitude. I remember when it first clicked for me that when you're in gratitude, you can't be in any other attitude. It's just gratitude. So if you're ever in a funk or a mood or anything, you just find something to be grateful about because it shifts everything. So thank you, Nancy, for that reminder and bringing us into that space of deep gratitude. We're grateful for you. Okay, I'm going to hand the screen right back over to Christopher for our final song this morning.
Here's another song for a dead person. So a friend of mine, he's like a super famous musician guy. He traveled all over the place and, post-COVID, got all the shots and the things. And I have not making any assessment here, but he just dropped dead and left behind him this like hundreds of people that were just shattered. But he was a star and a satellite, and so I wrote this song. It's called Satellite. Dust is in the wind. I don't know where to begin. Waiting by the fire, just need to decide. Take me back in time. Take me home, baby, tonight. And I'll be your satellite. And we can dream of forever. Take me home, baby, tonight. 'Cause something isn't right. And we can dream of together. Something deep inside wants me to decide. But I'm lost inside the street. There's something that we need, never gonna be. No, no. Take me home, baby, tonight. And I'll be your satellite. And we can dream of together. Take me home, baby, tonight. 'Cause something isn't right. And we can dream of forever. Back to where I once belonged. Back to where I started from. Back to where we only go to home. Oh, ooh. Waiting by the fire. You're my one desire. Something that we need. But I'm never gonna see. Take me back in time. Take me home, baby, tonight. And I'll be your satellite. And we can dream of forever. Take me home, baby, tonight. 'Cause something isn't right. And we can dream of forever.
Wow. Thank you, Christopher George, for your music, for your soul, for your presence. We are so grateful. Nancy, thank you for you. Thank you for continuing being a beacon of light and love for our community and showing up for us in the brightest, most vibrant way. We are so grateful. We're so grateful for both of you activating our space this morning with love and potency that is tangible. I feel so. Thank you both for bringing yourselves. That has to do with you and the essence that you shared with us this morning. So thank you deeply. We're grateful. We will see you on this side of the technology. Appreciate you both. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, Nancy. So I get to be here with our beloved Father Tom Bonacci. And I first want to say thank you, Father Tom, for your 5-part conversation series that just concluded. I know that so many in the community participated and were there and just had such a phenomenal experience, as usual, with you, with the dialogue and the space that you hold for everybody. And we're just so grateful for your participation in not just our community, in life on earth. So thank you for always saying yes and for showing up and being the conduit and the face of God. We're truly so grateful and blessed. So those of you who are getting to know Father Tom for the first time, I'm going to read you Tom's bio and help you get to know him a little bit better. Thomas Bonacci is the Interfaith Peace Project's executive director. Tom offers friendly and hospitable programs to help participants cope with inherited stereotypes, innocent misunderstandings, embarrassing questions, or general knowledge of the many faith traditions of humankind. Tom was ordained in 1972 for the Passionate Religious Order of the Roman Catholic Church and is recognized for his scriptural scholarship. One of Tom's dreams is the Interfaith Project, involving conversations, projects, and experiments exploring the reality and possibility for the practice and study of interfaith spirituality. George D'Angelo, PhD and founder of the UN International Day of Peace Vigil, said this about Tom: a man of vision. Tom's programs are less about learning of differences and similarities in religions and more about understanding, respecting, and connecting to all humankind. And we honor that and enliven that, activate that. So I am going to pray us in and then hand the screen right over to Tom, and he's going to take us away into our talk about alignment with Source today. So I invite everybody to gather in this space of sacred awareness, letting perhaps your mind soften, your jaw soften, your breath slow, your heart open as we make space for something greater to emerge, to unfold, to drop in, for a wisdom that rises, not from us striving to find it or connect with it, but rather from our surrender and allowing. We know that Spirit is at work in every detail of this day, in every moment, in every word, in every connection, in every prayer, in every lyric. There is peace here, and love here, and power here, and presence of God here. And we bless Tom as he shares today's message. We're so grateful that he is attuned to the voice of the divine and aligned with Source, and he speaks from a place of deep knowing, offering love and wisdom and healing. And we are listening, and we receive with gratitude. And I release this word in love, for love, and as love. And so it is. Amen. Ashe. Namaste. Father Tom Bonacci, it's all yours.
Thank you, Amy. It's good to see you again. Christopher, good to be with you today. And Nancy, bless you. Well, greetings, everyone. It's my blessing and privilege to be with you today. Several years ago, a long time ago now, there was a movie based on a book. The movie was A River Runs Through It. It told of a tragic story of one of two brothers who lost his life because of gambling, drinking, and God knows what else. But the movie had within it what the book celebrated, this idea of a river runs through it. And Jesus once said, we ought not to judge by appearances. Things are not as they appear to be. We may think we see where there's sin, failure, or upset. But if we were entered deeply into life, we might see another perspective. I've always been fascinated by this idea that a river runs through it. I grew up in a city where there were 3 rivers that ran through it. I spent an awful lot of time by the river. When I was a boy, the river was not beautiful, it was industrial. The waters were used in industrial plants, and as such, the waters were usually dirty and polluted and dangerous. As a matter of fact, the particular river I grew up next to would often catch on fire. There'd be so much pollutant within the waters that the waters would actually catch on fire because of the oil and the debris that was poured into them. There was a fire department that operated on the river because river fires can be very dangerous. They can burn down the bridges to span them. But it was an interesting contradiction to have the water on fire. From another point of view, the symbolism is something that strikes the heart. For while fire can be the sign of destruction and great loss, it's also the image of the divine presence and the Spirit of God. Oftentimes we use fire to gather around a campfire to tell the great narratives of the soul. And when we do so, we find ourselves connected to the core of the universe, connected to one another in strange, wonderful, mysterious, if not magical ways. I remember as a rather young boy that the river that I grew up next to flowed into another river called the Ohio. As a matter of fact, it was one of the rivers that made the Ohio River. And the Ohio River, of course, flowed into the Mississippi, and the Mississippi River flowed into the Gulf of Mexico. And that meant from my little riverbank in my hometown, I could connect to the world. Oftentimes, I flowed down the river in my imagination, went into the Gulf of Mexico and out into the world. And I never left the bank where I was sitting. There's another image. Another image is to go to the mountaintop. Oftentimes, the way rivers function within our lives, a river runs through it, there's a mountain. We climb the mountain because perhaps we have that sense it takes us closer to the heavens. And somehow or another in our mythology, we still have this understanding that God is on the top of things, or the divine is in the heavens. And so the higher up you go, the closer you get to God. It's kind of funny when you think about it, because the last place God dwells is somewhere else. The last place you're going to find the divine is across the street. But there's something about climbing the mountain. Once I asked the rabbi, Rabbi, where do you go when you climb the mountain? He said, oh, to the depth of your heart. And that opened up what was happening at the river. To this day, if I draw close to a river, something flows within me. I get in touch with something deep within me. When something like the Bible says God mounts God's throne in the heavens, we need to remember that the throne of God is the human heart. But God doesn't sit on a throne as an authoritarian or a totalitarian government or one of threat. The anthem of the divine is not, you better watch out, you better not shout. The anthem of the divine is that quiet presence within us that puts us in alignment with one another, in alignment with the depth of our soul. Let's go on a little journey. Let's talk about certain sacred cities in the world. Interestingly enough, a sacred city like Jerusalem, Rome, or Mecca, but especially Jerusalem and sometimes Rome, can be places of violent conflict, places of great upset. And yet, if we look at human history, the places of upset and terrorism and authoritarianism and warfare and imperial domination have often been experienced as sacred places. As if you go underneath the debris of the conflict, you find the gentleness of the divine, the soothing presence of God, the transcendent that dwells therein. One of the interesting things about Jerusalem, Mecca, and Rome is that these three cities in particular, while they have a particular history and speak to a particular time, they were all considered to be the center of the earth and the center of the universe. In other words, if you went to one of these sacred cities and went to a sacred site, you would be standing in the place that would connect you to the cosmos, connect you to the divine, and connect you to the heart. It was like an axis. I like to think of a river, that a river runs through it. It makes a vital connection. But you and I have to be careful because the temptation might be we have to go to Mecca, we have to go to Jerusalem, we have to go to Rome. But these are highly symbolic cities. Not only do they celebrate an access to the divine, a waterway, if you will, by which everything is interconnected, interrelated, and interdependent. But there's another sacred place, and that sacred place is your own hometown, the little village or the great city that you may have come from, be it McKeesport, Pennsylvania, or Las Vegas, Nevada, be it some tiny little village in Nebraska, or some metropolis such as Toronto. There's something about if we go to our own hometown, even if it's gone, even if it's been redeveloped and gentrified and we no longer recognize it from the time we were a child, we can walk down what used to be the street we played in and remember the games we played, remember the people that we met. The hometown we can go to our own imagination. Sometimes in care for elderly people, I'll walk in and say, "Hello, Hilda, how are you today? Where are you?" She says, "Oh, I'm back home." And everybody thinks that Hilda's suffering from some kind of mental problem. She imagines that she's home. But in her heart, in her mind, and in her imagination, she went home. And she's now 8 years old and playing with her friends. Memory is like a river that runs through it. In other words, her hometown is her Jerusalem. Her hometown is her Rome. Her hometown is Mecca. But here's what I discovered on the journey. The center of the universe is anywhere you stand. The center of the universe is anywhere you are. At any given moment of life, no matter where you are, you can stop and remember the river that runs through you. Sometimes, especially if we're tempted to turn religion into a business or spirituality into an enterprise, we offer people journeys to sacred sites. And I'm all for that. I love going to sacred sites. But the sacred site around you reminds you of the sacredness within you. And my dear friends, where in the world can you go? Where in the universe can you go that isn't sacred? Are not each and every one of us the center of the universe? Not in a competitive way, but in a way that's complementary. Let's deepen this a little bit. We know in our practice of interfaith spirituality, or what I like to call interpath spirituality, so we can move beyond the confines of religion to the way people make sense out of their life, to the way people make meaning out of their life. What one person does in a church, another person might do in a coffee shop. What one person does in a mountain, another person might do in an artist studio. There are many pathways, and those pathways intersect. And therefore, we can celebrate the river that runs through us. That is that stream of consciousness by which we realize the sacredness that is within us, the sacredness of one another, and the sacredness of all that exists. From that sacred point of view, the stars and the planets and the phenomena of the universe all dance in a symphony. We're indeed interconnected, interrelated, and interdependent. But there's a fourth element. And that fourth element, beside interconnected, interrelated, and interdependent, is that we're radically open. Remember the image, the river runs through it. It doesn't say the river dams up in it. The river runs through me. The river runs through the universe. It doesn't dam up. It flows. It's like blood in an artery. It's like thought in a brain. It's like love in a heart. It's dynamic. It's explosive. It's dangerous. It's treacherous. It's transforming. It's energetic. It invites us to be radically open. Remember the last time you thought you knew everything? Remember the last time you thought you had a belief that believed everything, that knew everything? Didn't go too well. It leads to ideology and to arrogance and to a sense of superiority. But to be radically open reminds me of the little boy in the Bronx Zoo who said to his father on the way into the zoo, "Daddy, I want to see everything." And the father looked down at him with great love and said, "Well, Freddie, if you open your eyes, you will." And the little boy opened his eyes and never blinked for the next 2 hours. He wanted to see everything. He was radically open, and everything he saw ran through him. If he saw an elephant, he sounded like an elephant. If he saw a giraffe, he stretched up high. If he saw a bird, he flapped his arms. He became what he saw. The splendor of the creation around him came alive within him. Radically open, not to information, but to transformation. Radically open to everything that would flow through his mind, his soul, his gut, and his being. What does this radical openness look like in the real world? Might I suggest 5 elements? Remember, our general theme is alignment with the source. Alignment with source. But here's oftentimes what too many people think alignment might mean. That it's obedience. I got to obey the authority. And sometimes we turn the divine into an authority. Well, if you wanted to obey the river, you'd have to swim. If you wanted to obey the river, you'd have to get a canoe. If you wanted to obey the river, you would have to get in touch with its mystery, not wait for its orders, but go on a journey. So instead of being people of compliance and people of obedience, let's examine what the word obedience means. It comes from a Latin word that means to listen, to hear. So to be in alignment with source is to listen to the river, to listen to the planets as they sing, to listen to the stars as they twinkle, to listen to one another as we cry or sing, rejoice or laugh or weep. too. Are we really called to be people of compliance? You better believe this, you better believe that, because if you don't believe this or you don't believe that, you can't be with us. Instead of compliance, isn't it really a matter of love? And the kind of love I'm talking about is the love that lives itself for the sake of another. Do I allow the wisdom, the plight, the upset, or even the outrage of another person to be like a river that runs through me? 3, we're always trying to preserve something. As a matter of fact, the more religious among us sometimes are tempted to think that religion is something that was revealed in the past, a set of beliefs that is handed down. But instead of preservation, is it not a matter of creativity? Every time I went back to the river bank, it was never the same. The river is never the same. The more you observe the river, the more creative it becomes. You even get the sense that it's alive. You and I are called to be creative. We're not sent into this world to comply and to submit and simply to repeat what's already been said. What's your genius? What song do you sing? What dance do you dance? What thought do you think? What vision do you see? What excitement do you bring? Fourth, we get stuck in the past. Now I'm beginning to think we get stuck in the present. We're so sometimes afraid of the future. This is what we say. I wonder what will happen in the future. Well, instead of thinking what will happen in the future, create it. What are you going to bring to the future? Matter of fact, you and I are called to live in the moment, what we hope for in the future. I would love world peace. So as I wait for world peace to arrive, I don't know how I think it's going to arrive. It's going to come in the back of a truck. Do I not live my dream in the moment? Some people keep imagining a past that never existed. Other people long for a future that they may never live to see. And so they get stuck in the moment. But no river gets stuck in the moment. It keeps on flowing. That old man river keeps on flowing along. Matter of fact, time is like a river. Alignment with source means you fly like a bird. Don't get stuck in the past and don't get stuck in the moment. The moment is like a diving board. You balance on it till you jump in the air and dive into the water. The trick is not to hit the diving board on your way down. And finally, have you ever noticed that spirituality, politics, culture, we think our identity is being imprisoned in a group. One of the things I love about the river, it crosses state lines. Sometimes it goes from one country to another. I swear, there's some people want to arrest the river. How dare you go across the border? the river that runs through it is like the source that runs through us all. It reminds us how vital we are to one another. So my identity is dynamic. I never quite know who I am because it's all kind of people I haven't met yet. There's all kind of places I haven't been yet. And there's all kind of things I need to remember that I haven't remembered yet. But of all the statements I've ever read anywhere, the one from Sufism touches me the most. I'm a better me because I met you. We are like rivers that run through one another. Our waters mingle. Our souls are delighted. The soil of our heart is refreshed. And only God knows how abundant the harvest will be. So thank you, blessed community and beloved community, for being in alignment with Source. Better yet, remember, on those days when you are not in alignment with anything because of the way you feel and what's happening, remember the Source is always in alignment with you. Be at peace. Love you.
Oh, Tom, we love you. Thank you. I love that last line. We all do. A source is always in alignment with you. That's all we have to remember. Really, what an amazing, beautiful talk. Okay, so I love that you just said, okay, let's not get stuck in the past. And how about not be afraid of the future, but rather let's create the future. And so live in the moment what we hope for the future. Live my dream in the moment. Alignment with source means you fly like a bird, and the moment's like a diving board. You balance on it until you dive into the water, and just don't hit the diving board. We appreciate you, Tom, so much. You just always knock it
Appreciate
out
you
of the
and
park.
everyone else. Thank you. Thank you. It's always good to be with you.
We're so grateful. So there's lots of thank you, Carol. Carol keeps amazing notes. I did say in the chat, if you want Tom's full notes, I was dropping some of them in the chat. If you want all the notes, just email me and I'll forward them to you. Tom is amazing with the notes that he shares with us. So thank you for doing that, Tom. It's really a gift to be able to go back over them. Carol says, what does this openness look like in the world? So we're going back to more of the beginning of the talk, I think. I'm trying to look at my notes. Do you have a thought, Tom?
What does
Openness look like in the world?
Well, I think is listening, is love, is really caring for another person, even if the other person doesn't care for you.
Mm.
You know, you're always free to love. So if you're in alignment with Source and Source is in alignment with you, you're not thrown by, you can be hurt, but the hurt that you feel in the moment means that this other person is important to you.
Yeah.
And you might want to bless the person that curses you, however you work that out. You have to use common sense sometimes, depending what kind of personality you have. Not all of us are the great extroverted people.
Mm.
Some may say a quiet prayer. Some may practice metta. May peace be with you. May every good blessing be upon you. So what radical openness looks like is that I don't allow prejudice, fear, stereotype to alienate me from loving another person. I might not be able to have a dynamic relationship with them, but I don't have to assassinate them in my heart. I can hold them in my heart. It's also creativity. It's to quit asking, am I a good person because I comply to an established system? but what do I contribute to the systems?
Mm.
You know, the great artists don't come along and simply imitate what came before them. They were inspired by what came before them. Don't get stuck in the past and don't get stuck in the present. We have a face that looks to the future. So
Wow.
I think that's what it means to be radically open, is not to be defined by the obvious things that separate us from one another.
Mm, mm. Wow. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I absolutely love this. We don't have to assassinate the they in my heart. That's really poignant. I mean, how often can we say that that can happen when there's somebody that has a different belief, a different idea that we just don't necessarily agree with? You know, I mean, that the word you use is strong, assassinate them in my heart, but isn't that what happens? So, wow, deep. And I love this. Do we want to just comply or contribute?
Yes.
Yeah. Very impactful.
And you can see sometimes we're absolutely afraid of ourselves.
Mm.
We superficially say, I'm afraid I'm going to do something wrong. But what I really think we are is we're afraid we might do something sensational.
Yeah, I forget. Somebody says something along those lines, right? About we're really afraid of how great the greatness we can show up. Beautiful. Thank you, Tom, for speaking to that question. Love radically open, not to information, but to transformation. Thank you, Kathy. Yes. Obedience means to listen. It looks like that was a question, Carol. I think Tom was talking about listening to hear, and you said listen to the river, listen to the planets. Like,
Yes, and you
yeah.
can listen to the words somebody says. Then you
Mm,
might be able to hear the story that's behind the words.
mm,
You might be able to hear the brokenness that's in the heart. You might be able to hear the story that's not being told.
yes.
In other words, I don't imprison people in what they said.
Mm,
Did you ever say something 2 minutes later, say, why did I ever say that? It's not what I wanted to say. And you had to think it through. So by
mhm,
listening, we help another person think it through.
mm,
And vice versa. Sometimes people, my mother used to say, is that really what you want to say? She didn't say, don't say that, but is that really what you want to say? Well, no. Okay.
Your mother was a great teacher. You've told some stories about her, and
Yes, yes.
I remember what a great,
So
what a,
listening is different than hearing.
mhm,
I
right,
can hear what someone said and not listen
mhm, right.
because I'm ready to pounce on it. I'm either ready to agree with it or to pounce on it,
Yeah,
as opposed to respond to it
yeah.
or
There's,
or to savor it.
mhm, mhm.
Sometimes
True.
you hear something and it invites you to soak in the wisdom.
Absolutely, yes. Hmm.
That's listening with body, mind, and soul.
Hmm.
The Bible says in the Judeo-Christian tradition, God hears the cry of the poor. The question might be, do we hear what God hears?
Mm.
Do we hear what the divine hears? Do we hear what the cosmos hears? That's the alignment.
That's listening with a different ear for sure. Yeah. Uh, we can offer so much grace in that space too when we are listening in that way.
If I may, I'd like to use an image of the eagle in flight. Do you ever see an eagle in
Mm,
flight?
yes.
That's alignment with the air. The
Mm.
eagle doesn't fly in the air in a straight line, but the wings capture the momentums of the air and the wind. And sometimes you flap, and sometimes you cruise, sometimes you soar, sometimes you dive, sometimes you land. But that's what alignment is.
A beautiful image.
That
Wow.
image. So the river does that. The mountain even does that.
Mm.
Mountains are either decreasing or increasing as you stand on them, as you climb. They're living,
Mm.
they're
Yeah.
forming.
Beautiful imagery. So lovely. Wow. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Carol, for taking so many wonderful, clear notes here. No river gets stuck in the moment when you are in alignment with source. You fly like a bird. Yes. Rivers cross state lines. River reminds us how vital we are to us all. I liked this one too. I'm a better me because I met you. Mm. Bob, thank you for being here. Bob says, thank you for your time. That was very enlightening. I love how you can be connected wherever we are. Yes. Pat says, love you too. Jan says, I'm a better me because I met you. Thank you, Father Tom. Yes, source is always in alignment with me. Mm. Kathy says, what a wonderful talk. Thank you so much, Tom. Carol says, so many mic drops moments here. I did my best to capture them all, the profound moments. I look forward to reading the notes. Christopher George is here with us. Thank you for tuning in on that end. He says, Tom's analogies are gold. Assassinate in the heart. That's a song. We want to hear it. Yes. I thought so too. It's like, boy, what? Wow. Uh, Sonia says, love Father Tom. Yes. Oh, okay. Carol said that wasn't a question I was trying to convey. Yes. Well, I'm glad we dove into it though, aren't you? That was beautiful. Sonia says, I have this attributed to Marianne Williamson. Yes, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be? Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Thank you for sharing that, Sonia. Carol says, I love the whole way you communicated with the spiritual understanding of the river and connectedness. I know, wasn't that beautiful? That was just so creative, and the imagery, and we appreciate you, Tom, for being the conduit. Beautiful eagle imagery. Yes. Jan says, how am I complying? How am I contributing? Indeed. Pat says, everything is alive. Wow. Thank you, everybody, for being here in this dance, the symphony. We're dancing here. It was such a, I have many notes I took as well, because there was so, this is a talk we want to re-listen to. This is one you want to share with many. And like I said, if you would like a copy of the full notes, Tom's notes, just email me and I'll send those right to you. Amy Vanling at unityinspiredliving.org. Tom, we are so deeply blessed by the gift of you and what you continue to bring our community, nourish our community with your presence and your love and your wisdom and your peace. And we are deeply grateful for you.
Well,
You
thank
give
you. We
us
do this together.
so much. Yeah, it's a co-creation, and um, it's a divine coming together, a divine merging. And we've known that from the beginning. And I'm glad it just continues to thrive and grow and get more dynamic all the time. And we're blessed, so blessed to be in this together. So thank you, everybody, for being part of this co-creation and being with us. Father Tom is a special soul, is an understatement. So thank you, everybody tuning in. If you feel nourished and nurtured and uplifted today by the teachings, the connections, the spirit of our unity community, we invite you to sow the seed of gratitude and that energetic, loving exchange with us, because we are fully supported by your generous contributions, and we are so deeply, deeply grateful for that. And as is Tom's Peace Project. We operate in that same vein that we operate. Our mission is enlivened and quickened and embodied by the energetic exchange with everybody. So thank you, thank you. We all say thank you. We are going to close with our prayer of divine awakening, and we invite you to make this your own, declare it, feel it. If you want a copy of it, let me know, and I will happy to send you a copy. I'm going to put it here on the screen, on the Facebook live stream screen. You should see it up there. And I invite you to deeply feel into this prayer. It's a new day, a beautiful day, a new beginning. I embrace this day with new eyes, an open heart, and expansive mind. I choose my vibrational frequency deliberately and consciously, harmonizing with life's events. I am receptive to source energy, divine guidance and wisdom available to me at all times. You're the river, you're the center. It's always here with you. I commit to serve unconditional love fully and completely. I move forward in a state of appreciation and extension of the one magnificent power and presence. I am sovereign, whole, and free, claiming dominion over my life as I go in peace and awaken to my divinity. And so it is. Thank you, everybody, for being here with us this morning. We are truly grateful, truly blessed. Thank you, Tom. We love you and appreciate you
too. God bless.
immensely. Thank you, everybody. Shine on bright, loves. Mwah.